Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 here with the Rurikid Rus of Novgorod. So, before I get into today's episode, just a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, thank you again for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. It means a lot and has really helped the channel grow here in the last couple of weeks, which is fun for me to see and do. I hope you're enjoying it as well. Let me know what you think of the new HRE guide that went live. I'd be curious to know your thoughts there. It's a little bit longer, but it's the HRE, so that takes a little bit longer. Also, just so you know, no new baby just yet, so I'm still in this kind of pre-recording, batch recording mode where I'm not going to be able to go into your comments in the videos in a very timely fashion. I'm still replying to the comments as I see them. But in terms of videos, it's a little bit harder. In future, I'll try, depending on how life goes and stuff like that, my recording's going to be, maybe 1 or 2 days in advance versus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in advance. So I hope you understand. Also, as far as the channel goes, I do plan on bringing other games to the channel in future. I don't want this to just be a CK3 channel. Obviously, I already have a few videos about City Skylines on there. I want to continue doing that in future as well because I just love that game. But I think I'll limit that to probably just 1 episode a week at this point. Also because there's a lot of work that kind of goes into a City Skylines episode. And then I want to, in future, bring at least 1 more game to the channel and then kind of start rotating content a little bit based on game. I haven't decided quite yet whether Imperator Rome or EU4 or maybe something like Civ 6 or Baldur's Gate even, which I'm really enjoying even though it's still early access. The downside with Baldur's Gate type stuff, it's very spoiler heavy, so if you watch gameplay and you want to play, you tend to already see what's going to happen, so... that's why I'm trying to shy away from watching too much of that content on here. Maybe even RimWorld. I haven't quite decided yet. Let me know in the comment if there are any games that you'd like to see some Let's Play content on here. And as you know how I'm doing this, it's very story-driven is what I like about the Paradox type games, be it EU4, Imperator, or CK3. I'm not a big achievement hunter, never have been. It's never how I've played these games. That doesn't mean it's not a great way to play. And I reframe that. I have played it once or twice, but these kind of long-term storyboard type deals is definitely more my speed and what I enjoy. If you're looking for guys that are really, really good at this kind of achievement stuff a lot, Lord Lambert's one to check out and Chewy Shoot. Those are my 2 main recommendations there. So... not to say that they don't also do the other style, which is the style that I prefer to play in. They do that as well, but they're really good at the achievement rungs, so I recommend those guys. Plus, they're really good, really nice, and they've helped me along with some advice here as well. So, into today's episode. So there are a lot of things I want to get into. And the main thing is the strategy moving forward for Sviatopolk and his heirs. I want to adopt feudalism as fast as possible. Now, I made a strategic error in the beginning. If we go here to decisions, you can see here, adopt feudal ways through liege. So, if we click on that, the only thing... So, there are some things that we're missing. So, at least 1. We need at least limited tribal authority, high tribal, or absolute tribal authority. We don't have any of that. Limited tribal authority is the easiest thing to do, and the strategic error was we didn't do that in the beginning. We are already part of the Orthodox faith. It costs 150 prestige, and we're a bit off on that. So first we need to go to limited tribal authority, but we can't do that because we need 246 prestige, and we're a bit off from that. So should have done this way earlier in the game. That's on me. Should have done it. It's a strategic error. I recommend if you're going to play a tribal to definitely bump up there as soon as you can. It just helps you with a lot of different things. Characters can be imprisoned. Tribal rulers with non-tribal lieges may settle, becoming feudal or clan. And there are a few other things that you can then do with that. So, and going feudal just opens up a ton of opportunities for us. We can't raid anymore, but really the Rurikids after about this period of time really didn't do much raiding, so we did it once. It was fun, kind of show that mechanic. but that's something we want to move on from there. We do have some empty holdings here as well. We're gonna up that as well. So anyway, but to increase prestige, there are a few things we want to do. Of course, now raiding does help with that. Winning good wars helps with that, and of course, okay, our mercenary company contract is expiring. Calling a hunt helps with that as well. So we're gonna call a hunt right away. It may get opportunities to increase your prestige and lose 30 stress. It costs 17 gold. We've got plenty in the bank. We can also stand to lose some stress, so we're going to sound the horn and call for that. We can raid. I'm going to ignore that for now. We've got, of course, our inheritance and low county control. We're trying to increase that. So strategy here. Now we're, of course, fabricating a claim here to our west. We want to take these lands from these pretty weak lords and counts that are over here. But my attention is here on Volokta, who are currently in a war with their neighbors, and they're getting creamed. And they're in an attacking war, so they are not defending, so they won't lose this. If they were defending, obviously Chudia would take over that territory pretty quickly. So, the goal here in this episode, we're going to declare war. We're going to go after Volokta. So first thing we're going to do is go to the rally point. And we're going to move the rally point to right here so that we can get our troops in there pretty quickly. Again, in the meantime, we are, of course, fabricating a claim here because we want to eat up this. We want to eat up this and really expand our holdings to then, form Vepsia as a duchy and kind of get that. Also want to claim Volokta in Nizhny Novgorod and really elevate our stature, and then eventually, maybe form one of these kingdoms and then go after the Russian Empire. But Svyatopolk, sadly, will probably not see that one. So first things first, of course, we're going to go here. We will declare war. We're going to do a holy war because conquering the county costs us prestige. We don't want to do that. We want to claim the county. He's only got one county left. That'll cause us 100 piety. We have that. So we will declare that war right now. We could call in some of our allies. I don't feel the need to do so right now. Let's raise our armies. Wait for them to fully gather. And now we will march right in here. This should be a relatively straightforward and quick war. So, hunt the foragers. The woods truly is the mantle of the poor. But as the heart flees in panic from foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. Surely there must be better things to do in Uglrich, whatever, than picking roots and mushrooms. So, guards, drive the rabble out of my hunting grounds. So that makes the peasants unhappy, but gives us prestige. Or a generous donation should keep them away, so we lose money, so we're paying them off. We're not paying them off. We're going for the prestige. We can invite champions as well. We're going to hold off on that. Here's a quick battle. That was ended so fast. The hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the taiga behind as the servants prepare the heart and other game for the journey back. To heed the call of the wild is usually an adventure. This outing truly delivered both the good and the bad in overabundance. So we leave the hunt behind us and get 150 prestige. And boom. We captured the leader here, the chief. So we can already enforce the demands. And now we have added Lyubia to our domain. So that was a very, very, very quick war. We're going to disband our armies right away so we don't lose that prestige. We can host a feast, search for a physician. We're not going to do any of that. But that was extremely quick. So we're going to go to Realm. Tribal Authority. So that's done. And now let's look at the decisions here real quick. Feudal ways, we are missing 23. So we're very close there. And we have now increased our realm size. Of course, we've got low county control. That's to be expected at this point, but we're just going to keep that going. So Belo Ozero, of course, is nice and big, which gives us more levies to work from. Of course, our mercenaries are leaving soon, but this is all nice and strong. We've got good money here, so once we get that claim, we can also declare there pretty quickly. Again, just waiting for the prestige to increase, and there are a few other things we could do. Now, there is a war here, all the way back down here, that we are definitely not going to get involved with. There is no point in doing that. We're going to move our rally point back home, and actually what we're going to do now is we're going to add a rally point here, and we're going to add a rally point here. Makes sense, because then we're across rivers. We may as well add another rally point down in here. And the strategic advantages are, so the Grand Prince is once again attacked by the guys to the north. And let's see, what is the war for? The war goal is the Duchy of Vepsia. So they're going to be very aggressive. So they want really what we want. And we're going to have to crush Biarmia eventually. We're definitely not there yet. But we definitely need to crush them eventually, because these northern tribes are just a massive, massive pain. So Chudia has 1,600, but they have a lot of powerful allies. And then these guys here, they, again, powerful allies, but the strength overall is not that huge. Plios, pretty small. Our half-sister / daughter-in-law is their ally. But we're just going to kind of keep an eye on how this goes. So they're moving in. To gain Vepsia, they will probably want to, gain control of the lands here. We're under siege. Now we could rally somewhere else and try to break the siege, but I want to see other troops come in here, and I don't want to cede this land. Now, again, these northern tribes are a huge, huge problem and a pain for us, and right now there are just too many of them. If we look at overall the war, I mean, it's pretty evenly matched. I think if we could join the war, that'll help, but I want to see his troops engage more first, to be perfectly honest. They are attacking Belo Ozero. I feel like this is another war we're going to have to join. It's very, very, very frustrating. But these constant wars. Let's join the war, and what we will then do is go to a safe place right here. We're going to raise all of our troops down there and wait for them all to come. Now we have money. We could bring in mercenaries as well. Which I feel like will be necessary. Again, just archers. We don't have enough money for any of these guys, but I think that's okay. We'll just bring them all together. And got a pretty good leader here. I think that army can start moving north to help break the siege. There. If we look at it here now, we've got the superior numbers. Now they have a huge army right here, and we'll just have to keep an eye on what that army does. The main thing is I really just want to break the siege. Now, of course, this is costing us prestige monthly. Ordained rulership unlocked. Your dynasty has unlocked ordained rulership. So here they come to attack us. Cousin's been taken prisoner. So we're in that battle, engaged. Can we get out of it fast enough? I don't think so. We're going to lose a battle here once they get involved. Ah, we weren't fast enough. So we're going to lose this battle, which is really, really frustrating. But we broke the siege, that's the main thing. So we're going to have to regroup. And that's okay. So we lost a council position. And we lost our steward. We don't have any good stewards. So we're going to reassign Rodislav and then find a new chancellor. And I have to assign that mayor there. Again, we lost a few battles here, but overall our troop strength is higher, so I'm not overly concerned. See, they're moving off, so that's good. Enemy ally joins war. Okay, so we can unlock a new perk. Let's do that real quick. We went with meritocracy, so we can do large levies. We definitely want that. And our wife is pregnant. Prince Roman left prison. Adopt feudal ways. So we can adopt feudal ways now. We will do that. And we are feudal. The old ways have served us well. We will always honor them. However, as the Count of Belo Ozero, I have concluded that we must adopt feudalism and its principles if we shall continue to prosper. It is the crucial next step on our road to greatness. Long live Belo Ozero. All tribal holdings in the realm become castle holdings. As my liege has a feudal government, my tribal vassals will become feudal. That's a big, big step right there in our overall progress. Let's see. We raised the rest of our levies because, of course, we gained more levies. And we will march our army back home. We don't have an army leader. Flexible leader. We'll put him in charge there. Now as our army will gather here, you can see our liege is moving north. We're being raided somewhere. I'm not overly concerned about raids right now, to be honest. I want to gather our military strength and march north. I want to destroy... Oh, why are we in a battle here? We marched right into a battle. Hold on. Move those guys in there. Will they get there in time? To add more strength to that battle? I mean, it looks like those are the raiders. So we marched into a company of raiders. And we will move back home. And what we want to do, you can see there's a big army coming from up north. But we've got a pretty good alliance going there as well. So we lost a battle. Looks like that whole force is moving south. So, let's just move out of here as well. Don't need to get caught by that big stack. I have a daughter! Praise Saint Brigid. Richardus has given birth to a perfect little daughter. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? Veseslava. Yeah, I think that's a good one. But we're going to move out now. Let's see. Where's that large army? They're moving over there. That's kind of where I wanted to go. But we're just going to move south. And kind of keep an eye on where they're going. Let's head over here. And you can see that army is moving north. I'd like to get them to be distracted. So let's just see where those guys are heading. Looks like they're going to head to Below Zero. Yep, probably going to siege again, but that's okay. Move our army across here. No, they're just heading north. So let's just move back here and shadow them and kind of keep an eye on what's happening there. But again, one of the biggest things I wanted to do here was, of course, adopt feudalism, which we did. Sway opportunity. My attempts to align Mayor Ingvar to my interests, I have found an opportunity. I think I should argue that our goals are, in fact, the same, so dictate my next letter. I emphasize those shared interests. So there's a 50% chance we gain 75 prestige, 50% chance that we lose it. Let's just do that, and we did not win. Let's just see what he does. If they're going up north, we won't reach that in time to do anything to help that force out against that very, very large force. So they're going to get crushed. But let's at least do a little mini siege here and see where those guys are heading. If they're heading further up north, we'll just stay here and siege our neighbors. Is there another large army? No. We'll just keep that siege going and keep an eye on what is happening around us. That large army is a bit of a pain, but hopefully we can regroup, move north, and just crush these guys finally that have been a massive thorn in our side for a long, long time. So the dynasty head has changed. Grand Prince Roman is now head of the dynasty, and family dynasty heads, a lot of that have to do with military strength. So one day we'll have a large enough military, maybe we'll become the head there as well. So let's see, they're all, look, there's stuff going on all the way up north. But that army is heading south now. We'll just keep our siege going and keep an eye on what that, hopefully we can end the siege before they would get here. I think so. They've now disappeared. I'm just waiting for the siege to tick down. And then we will head home right away. Sway the good mayor. We can try to sway him again, but it'll cost. While hosting lords and ladies from realms near and far, some opportunities to portray my vassal Mayor Ingvar, the good light, have presented themselves. My lord, pray tell, who's the most affable person you have heard of? Well, me, of course. Very, very important. Get that prestige, and you know, let's not feign being humble. Our counselor has died, so we have an open council position. All right. Nope. That's not where I want to go. We've taken a prisoner in the siege. All right. I have prowled through the documents, both ancient and of less certain province. I have finally enough material to take the case that you are the rightful lord of the county of Tickfin. Of course we will take it. We will spend the 90 gold because we have it. We will get out of that area. Post haste. We'll start, just go for a little walkabout here. Get away from those guys. Hit pause, actually. And we need a new marshal. So our chancellor is very good, but we also have a couple of good knights. Again, they're not champions anymore, they're knights. So he's a military engineer, so siege phase time goes down 30%. Monthly martial lifetime experience plus 10%. Humble, wrathful, and lazy. And then we have a guy who's a holy warrior, so faith hostility advantage. Skilled tactician. We're gonna go with this one because sieges are a huge issue. And we definitely want to get out of that situation. Click on here. Change our commander to our marshal. And I think that is good and done. Is there anything else here to focus in on? Not at this time. Let's just move out of here. They're not sieging down what we won. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens here next. Let's head further south. And then, nope, they are moving back north. So we'll just stay where we are. And kind of keep an eye on them. Lack of a major force. I mean, the good thing is kind of a pain right now that we don't have the force. The fact that we have two major river crossings here are an advantage, because obviously that is a disadvantage for them. Mercenary contract is expiring. Spouse is now scholarly expertise. Well, that's very nice. We'll just keep an eye on proceedings here. Are they going to besiege Bilo Ozero again? And it looks like they are leaving some soldiers there to do that. So we're going to cross the river now. If they leave, an enemy ally has joined the war. So let's take a look here real quick. We have the advantage as far as troop goes. Looks like they are no longer besieging us. Okay, accusations of sorcery. We've done this before. We can either do the evidence is circumstantial. We burn him for his crimes. It's going to cause us stress, but honestly, I'm getting tired of this. So we will burn him and get the stress. We are now known for our dedication to our faith. Interesting. We're becoming a paragon of virtue and close to illustrious. We have anything here? We can ask our head of faith for money. We will do that for sure. So now we have the money. Marriage. Okay, your acquaintance. Hi, chieftain has married Rurikid. Okay. Perfect. We have the money now. We could add some more mercenaries. What's the cost for some higher quality mercenaries? I mean, we're only 10 shy of getting these pikemen and archers combined. It's a large, large force. So, you know what? We're going to wait for that money to come in. And then add a larger mercenary troop. So they have split up their forces. And I'm thinking we can now move further north. Those guys are heading north. We're just going to keep an eye on that. I mean, there are a few large armies there. It would be nice to have a decisive blow against our enemy. Now, our allies are moving south, so we're not going to be able to do that. So let's just head south again, as those guys are crossing the river. We'll just keep an eye. So our mercenary company has been dismissed. We're very close to being able to add that larger mercenary company. So let's just head over here. There it is. All right. So now, bear with me. Just going to wait till our army gets to that point. Hit pause. And we're going to spend all our money on hiring these guys right here. The Estonians. Where are they going to materialize? Are they going to come down here, or are they going to go up there? You know, I think to be safe, what we're going to do is remove these rally points. We're going to move this one down here. That way we're definitely safe to know where they are going to come. I'm going to hire these guys. And now, my friends, we've got a nice, big, juicy army. And if we can combine this nice big... I mean, we're broke, but that's fine. I mean, we're making money every month. But now, if we can combine forces with Novgorod, with their troops here, we will have definitely a superior force, and we can maybe start rolling them a little bit. Now, our ticking war score is nice. I'm not going to lie. We're at plus 27, or 22%. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, are they following us? Some guys taken prisoner. We're just going to sit here right now. Let's see what they're going to do. Now we're going to move adjacent to them. We can unlock a new perk here. And we're going to go with domestic affairs efficiency. Add that. So now we've got a large force right there, and we're just sitting there. Curious to see what they do. Now, we're not going to attack them going across the lake, because that would be too much of a debuff, or I guess an advantage for them. But here comes a large force. So now we're going to move over to Volokta. And I think now it's time to start engaging the enemy. We have a vastly larger army. And I think now it's time. I don't know where they're going. But it would be nice if we can start knocking some of these guys out. Let's move here. And if nothing else, we can besiege that. See, that pushed them north. And let's just besiege that town and start knocking them more and more out of the war. And then eventually, what I want to do is move north. We need to get rid of some of these tribes, for sure, and we will call in our allies to do so. But I think what we're going to do that in the next episode. Hit pause here. We've already been recording for about a half an hour. And I think this is a great place to end this one. When we come back, we're going to continue with this war against those northern tribes as now a feudal government here in Belo Ozero. So until then, I am Rail Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon.